All right, hell yeah, welcome back. So we got Lower Collison Creek. Hell yeah. And this Lower Collison Creek is right here. And we're just gonna zoom in from so here you go. Here's initiation. And like I said, you make this corner a little Z, but you might just get totally lost. Lower Collison Creek might be the first distinguishable thing that you come to. I mean, it's got a huge island. You go to the left. And then it's got this huge, slanted undercut boulder on the left bank, and real straightforward rapid. But this can be your indication um, that you have Geek Wave right around the corner. And that's kind of cool too, because hey, this might be your indication that, oh, we got a play spot. I mean, maybe we want to play around there. Where these other rapids, I mean, it's nice to identify where the unnamed ones are, where Upper Collison Creek is, but you might forget about that. You just hit a wave train, you're like, you didn't know anything. But definitely, this island sets you up, and then just right away, you got Geek Wave. So we're going to take a little bit of a look at the ace footage because after you do Upper Collison Creek, hell yeah, this lower is just right away.
As I said, just downstream there, we've got Upper French Kiss Rapid, also sometimes called Lower Collison Creek.
And then just also right away after this lower is Geek Wave.
Folks, this is the Upper French Kiss Rapid. Here you can see there's a big old wide entrance there in the middle of the river and a big old wave train. You're just going to finish out right down the center of that wave train. Very self-explanatory and easy rapid. A fine line down that wave train. He's going to head on down to the Geek Wave, I assume. It's just around the bend.
But now let's take a look at it. All right, so here's your Upper Collison Creek. Yeah, this is Upper to Lower Collison Creek. So upper to lower, and this is also Lower Collison Creek is also called Upper French Kiss. Geek Wave and Lower French Kiss is called Lower French Kiss. All right, so there you go. So you're going to be going down this left side, and it looks just totally straightforward, and it basically is read and run. But there's a easy line down the left channel. Real easy to stay away from this undercut because here's the huge tongue over here. Not much for waves, but get this. People actually, it's more natural to enter over on this left side. The ace videos enter on this left. So even with the simple rapid, you're like, whoa, I did not know that. You know what I mean? I wouldn't have suspected. This rapid just looked totally straightforward down the middle. But from a closer inspection, you do have this rock right here. But here's that rock right there. So it is an exposed rock. And then so here is the rock right here. So you'll have boats enter down the left side and then work their way back to that big old tongue. So that's kind of the take home point. We might look at some ace footage, but we do have some footage of this rapid. So let's just be on our way. Okay, so yeah, there's a kayaker. And again, everyone's going to the left of this little, it's like a exposed rock, but it is a pour over as well. Kind of a pour over exposed rock, submerged. You might not be able to see it at fall flow. But yeah, you can go down the right side. You know what I mean? So you can get real close to the island, or you kind of have to get in line. So here's another view. You probably have to get in line with kind of this edge of this undercut boulder on the left. And this is a real good way to actually look at some of these easy rapids. You know what I mean? They're super easy, straightforward. Why talk about them at all? Because they help us navigate some of the bigger rapids once we get to it. See, yeah, that pour over, that's substantial. That kind of might mess you up. You don't want to hit it. So, I mean, you definitely have to be over here, which puts you up against some of these rap rocks and stuff. Now, not a big deal, but if you're right here and then you're actually having to get momentum over here, well, now you're just kind of SOL because you might not be able to get your momentum back. You know what I mean? So it's just good to know that this Lower Collison Creek, hell yeah, if you want to run it over here, maybe, start just a little bit left of center, get weight, a little bit farther away from this pour over, and then you can get momentum driving back. But even in the 14-foot raft, I think there's enough flow over here. It doesn't look too shallow. Maybe it is, though. Maybe you got some little hang-up rocks up there. All right, so this is Lower Collison Creek. Again, this is Upper French Kiss Rapid. Now, this kind of shows you that right side of the island. What happens if you go over there? well, it might be a little tight down here, but you probably find your way. You know what I mean? So even on this one, it might be ain't no thing but a chicken wing to go right, but that falls into the category of maybe like don't do that. Like I don't think anyone goes right. I've not seen any footage of anyone going right on this rapid, and so stuff like that falls into a category of like, well, don't do stuff like that. Yeah, do stuff that people have already done that they yeah, do stuff, especially on the GAULEY. You know what I mean? Don't be trying to go down some narrow, or just over a pour over. I was on the middle GAULEY and I was like, oh, look at that little surf wave. It wasn't a surf wave, it was a pour over ledge. We got our whole boat stuck in there and we're just like, holy hell. I had to like get out of the boat and then actually just pull it out of the hole because it was shallow, but it was such a dumb thing. You know what I mean? Might as well go huge like on Fluffy Bunny or whatever it's called, and flip your boat, have a good time. So that's my take home point for the GAULEY. You know what I mean? Hit the big stuff that everyone's hitting, and then stay away from the stuff that everyone's staying away from. All right, so you go. Huge slanted undercut. There's your island, very distinguishable. Marks Lower Collison Creek. Okay, and we do have a video, so we're gonna watch that all the way through, no commentary.
I know.
All right, hell yeah. So that guy is definitely a veteran, and we're going to take a look at this one more time and talk about what and his placement. So he's way over on the right side. I thought he was just going
I
to go
know.
down that right channel, but no, this guy's so veteran, he doesn't want to waste a stroke. That's kind of what I'm thinking. But he puts the right side of his tube on the left side of that pour over. He gets real close. That pour over is right here, and that would pin your whole boat. You might get stuck on it if you go over that. But that way he doesn't have to have momentum from left to right. We're going to take a look at that one more time because hell yeah, we just are. So here we go. We're going to take a look at it one more time. And so what I would do is set up farther to the left.
I know.
You know what I mean? I would kind of get over there, identify that pour over, and then start driving to it like you're trying to catch the eddy behind it. But he did that was an okay thing to do. It's just that's kind of a more of a veteran move. You just don't want that thing to kind of mess your line up if you're taking. And we're talking paddle rafts here. I'm an R1 rafter. I'm kind of doing this video for the rafting community. All right, so let's see what else we got. I think that's it. We just had one footage. So now we have Lower Collison Creek, which is also cut up for French Kiss, and this shows you all the way to Bud's Boner. But anyway, that's going to be for another video. So again, thanks for joining me. And that was Lower Collison Creek. We're going to work our way to the Geek Wave next and see how to set up for that surf and where you may not want to hit because you might flip over in a raft. It's a surf wave. That's what surf waves do. They bring you to a stall and then they flip you. All right. Well, thanks for joining me, and that's a video.